what's up guys? So today I got in the Black Forest Industries weighted shift knob and we're gonna unbox it for you guys right now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the car. So first thing comes in a box, obviously. Open it up. First thing we have here is the extra, let me focus this for you guys. First thing we have here is the coin for the top. This is actually, I bought this extra just because I wanted to have the shift pattern on it. So the 6-speed one. And then right off the bat, as you can see here, you have it in the package. So you just take out this foam part. Ooh, it's got a nice weight to it. And there's the actual, here's the actual shifter. It comes inside this plastic container. Alright, so I got the gray Alcantara suede type material. Yeah, so as you see, it just goes on like that. The Audi VW one, which is the one I got here, is a little complicated to put on, so I'm going to show you guys how to do that here in a minute. But yeah, so as you can see, this goes on the bottom. This is obviously the shifter part. The coin is going to go right on top of here, and I'm pretty sure it comes with a coin stock too. Yeah, here it is. So it comes with the coin like that. That's the, let me see, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That's the stock coin. It just says Black Forest Industries on it with a little pattern. And then here's the zip tie and the bolts to get it on. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put this on, and I'll show you guys how to do it here in a minute. Alright, so first thing you wanna do is pop off the shift boot. So you just come up around here and pop that out. I've already popped out this side from the front. So then you can just do the back side as well. This part's a little tricky just because the radio is pretty close to it and the climate controls. So yeah, as you see, I just pressed the button for the back. So turn that down a little bit. And yeah, you just want to go in here and try to pop it out as best as you can. You can also try to go around the back side here. Maybe stick your hand underneath it and pop it out. You want to just try to be a little bit careful because you don't want to actually break it. There you go. Just pop it out. It just takes a little bit of force to get it out. And then I just push it into third gear. And there's this ring right here. I don't know if you guys can see that very clearly or not. Let me check. Yeah. And then you have this ring right in here. It's gonna be this like little silver piece. You're gonna need to pop that off to get it off. Don't worry about breaking it because this is actually going to need to be broken to get off. That's what I was saying earlier, how the Audi and VW vehicles aren't very good for shift knobs and stuff because it's a lot harder. Thankfully, Black Forest Industries, their shift knobs come with like a little adapter type thing, so it's threaded. I'm not sure exactly how the threader works for them, if you can only use their shift knobs with it, or if it's a good thread size for other companies' shift knobs as well. But that's something we can experiment with in the future. Alright guys, so I finally got this little silver piece off. It was a pain in the ass to say the least. This thing was probably the hardest thing I've ever done, take it off of my car wise, on this car so far, and that's saying a lot. This thing was a pain in the ass. This probably took me like half an hour just to get off. So what happens here is you have these 3 little tabs right there. Let me see, yeah, these 3 little tabs. The first 2, as you can see, just go in, and the last one goes in and up. And then it wraps around, this wraps around it, and it goes in these holes. So what I've seen online is people take this part and cut it off, that little part that's sticking off, and cut it off, but I don't have the tool to do that here. So what I had to do is go around and pry it up, and I just pried all the way around. I got all these little ones out, except for the last one that was sticking up. So I tried to like peel it back so it wasn't up and it would come straight out, but that was super hard to do. So what I ended up doing was just going all around, peeling it up until I got to the end piece, and then took the tab from behind it and peeled that part off, and then from there it was loose enough to just come off, and then I had to pull the rest of it off with my hands and some pliers. So yeah, it was very hard to do. Suggest getting some help on this, or maybe getting a certain tool so you could just cut this little piece off, and that'll probably make your day a lot easier. But other than that, yeah, fuck you Audi for putting these on, because that was a pain in the ass to get off. Now that we got that out, what happens is this is just going to be on there, and then you could just pull it straight up and out, and it comes right off. And the next thing we have to do now is just worry about getting the boot off of the shifter. Now I'm not going to be using this shifter anymore since I got the new one, and I'm probably not going to replace it and put it back on when I go to trade the car in or sell it or something like that. So I don't really give a fuck about this thing. I'm probably just gonna break it until it comes off. So I'll come back to you guys and show you when I get it off and explain to you guys how I did that. So I figured this part out. There's so this piece, you gotta get this piece off of the actual shifter itself. So there's gonna be like a little hole on the side. Oh, let me put this back on to show you guys. Yeah. So when you look at the shifter, there's like a little hole inside of it in this part. So you just put it in and you pry it off, and then this part should come off. Yeah, so when you get that off, you could pull this off. You just want to be a little bit careful when you pull it off. Just like try to get it on an angle when you get it off, just so that it doesn't like rip the boot when it comes out, because then you don't want to mess it up too bad. I've ripped it a little bit, but I probably could have been a little bit more careful, but not really a big deal to me. So now we got that off, finally got that off. We can put this in here and we can screw that on. So I'll come back to you when I get this in there and we're ready to screw it on. Alright, so in order to get the new shift knob inside the boot, you're just going to want to put it inside out, and then you just put it inside and push it through the hole, and then you have it like that. And what I'm going to do now is just show you guys the inside. Push it back through. So yeah, it should look like that. Hold on, let me. So yeah, that's how it's going to look when it's done. And then from there, what I did too is I also made sure that I lined up this line right here with the back of the shifter, just so that you don't really see it. Just so that you don't really see it when it's on the actual shifter, and it looks a lot better that way, in my opinion at least. If you want to put it that way, you can do it. I'm sure it wouldn't harm the actual end product. Yeah, now that you have it in there like that, you just want to line it up on here, slide it in on. Then it comes with these little screws. You're just going to put them in the holes of the shifter and screw it on, make sure it's nice and secure, and then I'll show you when that's done. So once you get those little bolts on there, you just want to zip tie it up and you should be good from there. Okay, so once you have it all zip tied and everything, you just want to make sure that you have the top lined up correctly. I already put this on once, so I have the coin on and I know where exactly to put it. But there's also this line. I don't know if you guys can see it right there, the little stitching line. I've heard people say that it's supposed to be lined towards the dash, but you know, I put it on and that's just where mine's screwed onto. It's a little bit off to the side, and I don't mind it there. I don't see what the difference would be, what if it would mess with anything. I don't think it would. So what ended up happening for me is when I tightened up these little bolts here on the black part, you can see it right there. When I ended up tightening those on, I actually dropped 2 of them, which sucks because there's only 3, and now it's not going to be as secure. Now I'm sure it'll be fine, it's not going to be that big of a deal, but yeah, so I already had this issue where it comes a little loose, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten it again and see if I have a problem when I'm driving. But yeah, so once you get that done, all set and done, you want to make sure you have it lined up right, and then you can just clip this back inside, and that's it. And then you're ready to just drive off. For the coin, it's pretty simple to install. All you got to do is take the little glue side off. There's a little piece of paper holding the glue down. You just take that off, and the glue will be exposed. And then you just make sure you line it up good and drop it onto this little circle right here. And then you just want to press it down and make sure that's all snug inside of it. Alright guys, so thanks for watching the video. If that helped you out in any way, installing the shift knob, or maybe just want to see how it looked, please drop a like on the video. It'll help me out a lot. And also, if you have any questions for me, you can leave it in the comment section below. And also make sure to subscribe for more. And also, if you want to see more pictures of my car and stuff like that, and maybe some short clips, you can follow me on my Instagram, and I'll leave a link for that in the description below. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.